Blue.
Are you serious?
You got this, Miss Annie.
Yeah. Good job, Gerald.
There is someone who keeps you focused, someone who's taking notes, and someone to share what's going on in each group, okay? Because we have 2 questions per table, and the table number 1, what about Summit University's Planning Committee drew your attention? Why are you a part of this council, okay? There's a reason why many of us join councils or boards or organizations or become members, and we would like for you to share that as table 1. Table 2, what is one accomplishment that Summit U has done that you're proud of from 2012? If you could name one thing that you're really proud of, name that thing for us, okay? And table number 3, how has participating on this board truly impacted your life? Has it made a difference in your life? Has it made you get out there and be more action-oriented? Or do you feel there are a lot of other things you could still learn? So those are the things. And the last thing I want you guys to do in this particular piece of the session is question number 4 is, if there was something that you could have changed or created for the organization, what would that have been? Because we all have our dreams, we all have our passions, and we all have desires. If you could change anything, what would that have been? I say we're going to give you guys probably about 10 minutes to work together on this, and then you can report back to the whole group what you've shared.
One accomplishment that some of you has done that you are proud of.
Excuse me, can I get your name?
Fine. We picked the Fair Lending Coalition, which is the popular events we were kind of pretty several levels.
Can you all hear him?
You can't really hear it.
He said he can't really.
Playground boys? Okay.
Yeah, playground.
Right.
All right. We had pop-up events, with Martha, with the Fair Lending foreclosure prevention people. So we tried to get that message out. We kind of did, and it's kind of morphing into something bigger. But we liked it because it showed that local businesses are supportive, approving of permits, maybe even having prevented a couple foreclosures that were happening. So that, and maybe promoting the neighborhood through these kind of events, showing that kind of countering the perception that this is a bad area, like the media likes to portray the area all the time. Even though we do great things in this area, maybe they can promote more positive community stuff, more than that, and maybe we can attract more inclusion on the board, such as maybe the Asians. So that marketing will probably be the best thing for us. We have to market ourselves. We can't let nobody else do it. We know what we are and what we're capable of. So there it is.
Thank you so very much.
Susan, so what we heard you say was that you promoted the neighborhood through the events that you're doing, right? And we're trying to bring more diversity within the community, as well as, even though there is negative things that's going on in the community, what's the positive? What are the strengths? And that's what we have to reach out and do, and find the strengths.
More,
of the
why
community.
are we on the board? So I hope that was the intent of the
Yes,
question.
it was.
So Gerald had been on it when he was a younger man and quit because it didn't mean anything at the time, he felt. And so now he's back on because he's really concerned about not having things be just rubber stamped down at City Hall, that the communities really have a voice and really can inform our city council and people so that we can really have a real voice. Is that accurate, Gerald?
Almost.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that it didn't mean anything, but at that time there was a lot of money available for our area, and people were coming in getting money for what they wanted, doctors' offices, businesses, and it was just a huge council also, and they could have had a lot of strength and a lot of pull, but instead they went as individuals and individual groups, and they just what they wanted. After what they wanted out of it, you didn't see them no more. And then after we set priorities and went downtown, everything changed to what they wanted down at the city council. So I just got discouraged and said, it's a waste of my time just coming somewhere to be a rubber stamp for the city.
So that and that for me was being on the council because now I had time to find something of significance, and I'm really concerned about my neighborhood, and I want it to remain a vital neighborhood. It's a beautiful neighborhood, you know, that kind of thing. So it felt to me like it was a good place for me to kind of start getting. For me, it's a political involvement. I see it as a political process. And then Max was telling us about how he sees it as a lot of the boundaries were drawn around this area of land, but there's a lot of different interests represented in this area of land. And so for him, it's kind of seeing how we can bring all those interests together and really make it work well. So that's totally paraphrasing, but that's kind of our discussion.
And what I've kind of collectively heard was that sometimes people have their own agendas, and sometimes when people are just working from their own agenda, you don't buy into that, or I wouldn't buy into that. And when it becomes more viable to the collective community as a whole, that is when you can grab hold and get a more buy-in to that. And also saying you wanted your community to stay viable, livable, and a place where you would want to call home kind of area, right? And I just thank you guys for sharing. Thank you, Max. And I might have forgot a little piece of Max said, I think to bring everybody together within that community as a whole so more people will get to know one another. And when you know each other, you can work better together, I believe. And knowing all there is within that community, because we can live in a community for years and may not never even know our next door neighbor. You know, and it sounds like you guys are really involved. You're making sure that your community has what it needs. And when it doesn't, you guys are actively coming together to make that happen as best as one can.
From reenacting patterns of your past to sensing and embodying emerging new futures. And it's kind of like the eye of the needle being the center of the human mind.
Because I believe even as organizations, that if we keep our focus, we know where we're headed, we know what it is we want to accomplish, and what goals we define for ourselves as an organization, then we could meet those goals and those milestones. I want you to feel the presence of a new birthing taking place, something you're co-creating together, and you're calling into existence how you want your organization to be and how you want to move forward collectively, not only as an organization, but what you want for your community at large. You have a voice, and we have to know we have that voice. And there's power in collective engagement. They may not hear one voice alone, but they will hear you collectively as a group. Knowing the things you know and standing by the things you represent. As a whole, not disconnected, but joined together. We are asking you right now to take this moment to allow yourselves to become open to whatever's possible. It could be something new you're ready to design together. It could be something old that you've already been working on, but you want to work on it full force and collectively engaged. That is where we want you to be right now as Susie calls into action this next step of your plan. Thank you.
We are very passionate and mission-driven people. I know for me, I worked in social service for 20 years, about 20 years, because it's my passion to make a difference in the lives of other people. And so I created my own mission as an individual. And so Summit U Mission, we're going to visit that. A mission statement is your organization roadmap. Everything you do, as we develop programs, apply for grants, and pursue your ideals, ask yourself, what are you doing? Does this fit in with your mission? Then you must ask, will this action help us accomplish our mission? So today we're going to discuss the power behind knowing your mission and not only how to say it, but how to buy in, help others buy into it. So here's some things to consider when writing a mission statement. It is important to have a clear and concise mission statement that serves as an elevator speech. As President Obama comes and you out on an elevator together, you need to be 5 minutes telling what your mission is. That's all we have, 5 minutes. It needs to describe the overall purpose of the organization, which enables you to articulate why the organization exists. The description of a mission statement should include primary benefits, others to fuel your organization. Now, your name tag, if you take a look at your name tag, there's a mission statement written within there. And we want to explore how that statement versus Summit U statement is going to do a comparative. Does everyone have the Summit U mission statement? Mission statement. Okay.
Here's your mission statement.
Okay, take a moment and just read the mission statement that you have in your name tag. And then I want you to repeat after me the Summit University mission statement. Excuse me. No, this is
Summit uses on the card.
Now it's
So she's saying read that.
read that. Yes. We just gave you an example of other mission statements that's out there. And so now let's read the Summit University mission statement. We ready? We're going to read it together. Okay. The Summit University Planning Council works to improve the common good of the community.
You guys, let me say something. I want you guys not to rush through it. I want us to read it kind of slow. So it kind of sinks in, because a mission statement is something we should know and be able to elaborate on if anybody asks that question. Okay? Could we start over, please? Because I wouldn't remember parts of it. I want to remember your statement, and I know Susie does too.
Ready? The
Summit
Summit University
Planning
Planning Council works to improve the common good of the community. It promotes enlightened, active citizenship by providing information and conducting forums, enabling residents to address issues that affect them. The council will further advise the city of St. Paul on zoning and city plans as they affect District 8. Now, what did your mission statement say to you? What did it say to you? Because if we don't know what this mission statement is saying, how are we going to have others buy into it? So now, we would like for you to write a mission statement for some of you. Use your, the name tag in here. There's an index card, right on
They
there.
have 2 index cards in each one of their name tags. Everybody has index cards, right?
There's 2 questions and a blank one.
Blank ones. These are the blank ones. We want you guys to use your blank ones.
Okay.
Does everybody have 2 index cards, blank?
No, one
Should
break.
one. You have one? Okay. You only need one to write a mission statement. And we want you to create your own mission statement from what you heard from some, even though you haven't. What would you say your statement says to you, and that as your mission statement for some of you? It's still some of you's mission statement, but you're putting it in your own words from what you heard.
When asked by others, what is the purpose of your organization? How do you respond? Please share. How do you respond? Someone asks you, I'm a board member of Summit University. How do I respond? What's your purpose? What would you say? What's the purpose?
Well, the reason I joined is because I thought that part of the role, and I only say part because I don't know the whole role, was to keep the city council informed about this community, because the whole city is divided up into districts. And so part of the role of that district board is to let the city, council members, the mayor, whoever, know what the people that live in this community are thinking and feeling and want and blah, blah, blah.
So your purpose, one of your purposes was to be a liaison between the people in the community and the city council members.
Right. I guess that would be accurate, right?
Anyone else want to share? What's your purpose?
I have a comment, not so much a purpose. Because I find myself really drawn to some of Jean's comments about like getting out in front of things and making the change happen. And I think that in a lot of ways, and some of you who've been on the board for a while will recognize this as an old drum beat of mine. But I think in a lot of ways, like the mission statement that we have is so laser focused on one particular thing that would do that thing without, a ton of imagination. So anyway, I'm just feeling really drawn to your comments.
It is, I agree though that just being the liaison, the conduit from the community, from the city that we support is a core mission that we can expand and hope.
I agree with you. I'd like to be much more than that, quite honestly.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, you would like to follow this mission statement somewhat, but the reality of it is the council and other people who are involved in making decisions play politics with whatever's going on in the community. And a lot of times the politics of it has a lot to do with when we find out about it. A lot of times we're not supposed to find out about it until they got to where they want to be. Now let them know about it. We're so far behind, we can't kick it. You know, and that includes that real.
And I think that's what they're saying, they don't want to be behind it. They
Yeah.
want to be in front of it. You
Yeah.
guys want to be in front of things, you don't want to be behind it.
Because we are political.
That's right.
And it's political. We are voters. We have power.
Well, yeah,
We can get in front of
after the
this.
fact, it's not before, it's something that's going to affect our life for years. It's already
In operation.
construction.
But that's why it's important to revisit the mission statement as a board to say, how do we make this mission statement? We're on it, we're actually doing it, and these are the things that we're committed to. We can't change the whole world, but we do have the power to make a difference. And that's where you look at the mission statement and say, are we making a difference in these areas as a board? And so the next thing we're going to do is using creativity. We talk about creativities and imaginations, is to do a collage. Do a collage of what Summit Youth Board mission would look like. And hopefully that would inspire some ideas. We're putting you to work here.
And you have crayons, and you have markers, and you have glue sticks,
Okay.
and you have scissors. You can do so much and be creative.
Waste not, want not. That ties in with the 92, the recycling.
Wow.
It is now time to work together to gain the buy-in from more community members. It is up to you to go out and create the change you desire to make happen. There's a lot of creativity that you see displayed before you for the community, for people all ages. You all did an excellent job. And you're here on this board because you want to see community change. You want to see community stay healthy. You want to see the bond within the community. So now, later on, we have action plans for the future. And if I think if you read some of your mission statement, I think we all can agree that it's time to revisit the mission statement to represent this. Thank you.
Now, since you guys have worked so hard, break time. Funding streams do sometimes dry up. And as a board, you are here to help fundraise, to do whatever it takes to help hold the organization together. And the more you market, and get your message out there, the more viable you're going to become within the community and within your organization. But you have to do it collectively, because the more you're together, the more sustainable you are. Okay? So I want to ask you guys a question, a couple of questions really. What's working for you as a board member? Susie has two questions. And the second question is going to be, what's not working for you as a board member? Because you have to know both. You have to understand what's working for you, and you also have to know what's not working for you. Bless you.
Excuse me, thank you.